Hey, that's my fish. The ice is breaking up. Grab all the fish you can before they slip away. Your penguins must race across the rapidly dwindling ice floe to collect the juiciest fish and block off their rivals. But your penguins better stay alert. If a penguin gets stuck on an ice floe, he's done. In this fast-playing game for the whole family, 2 to 4 players control hungry penguins looking for the biggest lunch. Seemingly simple, your goal will be thwarted by devious penguins and an ever-shrinking game board. What strategy will you construct to bypass the competition?
Hey, that's my fish. Let's take a look at what's inside the box. Inside, you'll find 16 penguins in 4 different colors and 4 each for each color. And they're different sculpts for each one, and they look pretty nice. Some of them, like this guy, it's got a lot of fish. This guy is walking his fish. You'll find a rule book, 1 pager, front and back. And inside, you'll also have 60 of these 1, 2, and 3 fish tiles. And that's what's inside the box. To set up the game, shuffle the tiles around and then line them up so that there are rows of 7 and 8 in each column. And I would suggest leaving a little bit of space in between because you're going to be picking up the tiles and it'll just make it easier once the game starts. After setting up the ice floes, each player will begin placing their penguins. Now, depending on the player count, for a 2-player game, each player will have all 4 penguins. And for a 3-player game, each person will only have 3 penguins. And for a 4-player game, each person will only have 2 penguins. Let's say we have 4 players today, and it's going to start with the youngest player, and they're going to place 1 penguin on an ice floe with 1 fish on it. So let's say they place there, and then play goes around in a clockwise order. Let's say blue is next, green, red, yellow again, and blue. Oh, that's too close. Maybe here, green, then red. Place there. Then play begins with the youngest player. A player's turn consists of 2 things: moving a penguin and picking up the ice floe where that penguin left off. So, for example, this penguin can move along this direction, or this direction, or this direction. And once they've moved, they pick up that ice floe that they left. Now, a penguin can't jump over an empty spot, nor can they jump over another penguin, either their opponent's piece or their own. So I'm going to play through this game. Let's say yellow being the first player. Let's say they move there and they collect that ice floe that they left, and you place that collected floe face up. Alright, and then it's blue's turn. Let's say they go here. No, they go right there. Then red will pick this up. Sorry, it's not red's turn. It's green's turn. I go here, pick that up. Red picks this up. Now, yellow goes here. And red's turn, go here, and they'll pick up those remaining flows, and yellow has done their duty. Now blue will probably go here as far as turn order goes, and then pick up the rest of them. Then here, and then there for blue. And after all legal plays have been made, any uncollected ice flows will go back into the box. Next, each player will count up how many fish they collected. And whoever has the most collected fish wins the game. If there's a tie, the player who collected more ice flows will be the winner. And if there's still a tie, victory is shared. And that's the rules to, hey, that's my fish.
It should be 8
Oh,
and
I
7.
thought you were just going to take
8,
that one and put it over here.
No, it's mine now. Mine now.
I was like, wait a minute.
Mother load right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the youngest.
So, youngest player will get to place their penguins first on a one fish ice flow.
Right.
Right in the middle of all those threes.
Hey, look at there.
Hey.
I found stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're playing Hey, That's My Fish with 4 players. In a 4-player game, each player will have only 2 penguins to collect fish with, and first player will be the youngest player. So on their turn, their first placement is going to start on a 1 fish ice floe, and it'll go around the table. Now on your turn, what you do, the actions you can take is moving a penguin and collecting the fish that you previously vacated, that you were on. Game will continue until there are no more fish to collect, or if there's islands that nobody can get to. And then after that, you just count up the scores, and first player, or the winner, will be whoever collects the most fish.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, my strategy is to not let Jasper win. That's basically my strategy. Is he dominated us in the trial run of this, and revenge is necessary. Otherwise, I don't know. I want to try and get some part of this ice flow cut off on myself, but we'll see how it goes. It depends on 3 other people. It's a little more chaotic with 4 players, so that's it.
All right, I think I'm gonna, as far as strategy goes, ditto Michael's strategy and just not letting Jasper win. I think we'll maybe be able to co-op type of game for that.
Semi co-op game, 1 versus all.
And other than that, I'm gonna go with real obvious. Just go for the high number fish, the 2s and 3s. See how many I can get.
Work it, Jonathan.
Alright, the strategy of this game generally eludes me, but just trying to cut off a section that I can then, score everything in, it seems to be a good way to go. I will be attempting the whole time to figure out how the heck to do that. And Jasper has to lose.
Sometimes, yeah.
Greatness isn't always appreciated.
So my overall strategy for this game is to leave everybody on their own little island, send them off with 1 or 2 fish, keep everything else for myself. So basically, go for the higher fish count and say, that's my fish. You can't have it.
Yeah.
All right, after you build your 7, you're going to build a grid of 8 per row and 7 per row. Then the game begins. All right.
All right, youngin.
Fishes!
Okay, so you'll move a penguin and collect the fish that you were on. Uh-huh. Gotta get in on this while the getting's good.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay.
I just want to confront you
Hey!
with that guy too.
That's my fish!
It's my fish.
I'm drunk. This iceberg is tilting.
This glacier ain't big enough for the both of us, pilgrims.
Huh.
I had a feeling.
You're kind of cut off already, Jasper. It's not good.
Okay.
See, you guys fight out for that, that piece. Have it, yeah. It's great. It's gravy. Let's go here. Right quick.
He's screwed. It's alright. I'll get 4 fish in the meantime. I'll take it. I knew you were gonna do
Boom. That's my fish.
Hey,
I knew it.
that's on my fish.
I knew it.
Hey, that's my fish.
I'm Canadian. Excuse me. Sorry.
Sir,
Sorry.
sir. Yeah, I went. It's your
excuse
turn.
me. You're on my fish.
I'm gonna need you to step away from the fish.
Yes,
One, two, three,
you need to
four,
stop that.
10. It's 10 apiece, so it doesn't matter much. Okay, that's all mine there.
It's interesting how the central deposit of 3 fish it's got devastated immediately.
Yeah.
Overfishing. That's
Yeah, it's a crime, man. Sad reality.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What are you trying to do? Math?
Yeah.
No, that. It's not allowed.
There we go. I like that.
I mean, it was one or the other.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, which fish look tastier?
And for the ones that are going to be in an island themselves, let's just cat them up at the end.
Okay.
So, there we go. Power play.
So I'm done, basically.
Ooh. Take a 2.
Because I knew you were done.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
You can get
So yeah, I'll go for this penguin. Boom, 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 boom.
These are mine.
And then. Boom, boom.
That's pretty much foregone conclusions on all those. Now it's just how we divide up all these one fish tiles over here.
Hey, that's my fish.
Hey, that's on my fish. Yeah, this guy's trapped. He ain't going nowhere. We'll do that there. This is gonna be unreachable by anybody.
Yeah.
So they'll-
Wasted fish.
Wasted.
I'll take it.
Nope. Not allowed.
So yeah, either way. You could go center and prevent her from.
Either way, it's gonna quit me, I think. So.
Yeah. So,
You go backwards and I can just take both.
Yeah. Another wasted fish. Boom.
And that's it. Now we just count up the fish that we caught. I don't know if we caught them or ate them.
We ate him.
All right, so 30 this time.
22.
22.
All right.
A little battle at the end. No difference
Yeah.
whatsoever.
So we tried, and Jasper still won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We reeled him in a bit.
Oh.
Hey, that's not my fish.
All right. So that's there's my fish, or that's my fish.
That's my fish.
Let's do that again.
Big difference. That's my.
Hey, that's my fish. Nothing fishy how it turned out. You know?
Out. You're not one.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I did it.
Tried harder the second game. And
Yeah.
You guys did good. I just kind of kept on doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the strategy continues to elude me. The way to block off sections of fish so that you get all of it is just, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really quick, little abstract-ish game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely really like the game. Not detracting from the enjoyment of it is the fact that I suck at it. I am okay with that.
Insanely simple in mechanics, but there is some strategy there, and I think it's because he plays Go that he knows what's going on.
Yeah, something like that.
He can cut
Steps
people off,
ahead,
and
yeah.
he's
For sure.
It's not fair.
That's my fish.
I mean, he did claim ownership of the fish. So.
He did. Finders keepers.
Penguins
Age
are
old
extra
adage.
talented.
Do you think what could be improved with the game? Like maybe.
I want to see a deluxe edition with 2-foot penguins.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what size this side table would you need for that?
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be
outside, you just
an outside game.
Yeah.
A big version like they have, big
Chess.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, the hey that's my fish lawn edition.
With
Yeah,
real
yeah.
fish. That'd be crazy. I think you could do it timed.
Yeah.
Like literally, you have just 5
5
seconds to
seconds.
just
Yeah.
place. And,
Yeah.
and
Good. And even then, everybody was moving along
we were.
Yeah.
really quickly.
I got it. Yeah, it's a quick game. That was 10 minutes.
I mean, I could see
Yeah.
some people spending more time.
Oh,
We
for
were
sure.
pretty fast on
I
it.
think we should combine the timed idea with having Swedish fish on all of them.
Oh yes.
So you have to be eating the Swedish fish
oh,
for each.
that's
like,
good.
like oh god.
I'd rather have real fish or shrimp on there.
Just some cocktail shrimp on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Hey, that's my shrimp.
That's not my shrimp.
Fantasy Flight. Contact us.
Contact us. We got it.
This is a patent on the idea. This is official. Alright. Copyrighted material.
So this is the Fantasy Flight version of it, which is a little bit smaller than the original version. I think the original version, might have been twice the size of the components here.
I can't imagine needing that much.
Yeah.
That big
Yeah.
a game, really.
Yeah, I mean this
Unless
is,
you have some kind of ridiculous deluxe edition like we're talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tile size, all the component size
Oh,
are
perfect.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No real problems manipulating or playing, using any of the components, and the fact that you can fit it all into a box like this is going to make it super portable and easy to
Yeah.
And quality was
keep
great.
around. Yeah.
Everything was.
And as far as I've seen, everybody squishes the hexes together. You should give them like a 1/4 inch spread, and
That way
Yeah,
it's
having,
easier
having
to
a little
pick
bit of space definitely
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier to not just mess everything up when
And
you're
it's
picking them up.
realistic. There'd be little ice floes at the gym.
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
The penguins are jumping.
Yeah.
Which one
Yeah.
each one?
There needs to be a polar bear mechanic that comes
Oh,
out
there
just
you go.
yeah.
takes out the penguin.
Ooh, Fantasy Flight, polar bear mechanic.
Just send the money. Either a polar bear or if you try, you have to roll a dice to jump over a spot, and if you fail, a killer whale comes
Yeah.
out just in case.
You could, the titles could be something on the back, and you get the one.
You have to roll a 6 to get across the
the,
otherwise
the,
killer
the
whale.
expansion could be named polar bear, orca.
Hey, that's my penguin.
The fish, no, it isn't.
But no, overall, very easy to get into, fun game. You can play it as a filler, and it shouldn't be more complex than what it is.
No, it's at a good level.
Yeah, it's something for kids and adults, young and old alike.
And there's not really many games like it's unique artwork, unique mechanics, and there's not a lot of games that
Yeah.
do this kind of cut off, acquire fishes or whatever, acquire whatever resource they're acquiring. It's,
Yeah.
there's lots of filler games out there, but this one stands out as far as
It's
just.
like a spatial area control
Yeah.
concept it's not very well used in the
Most fillers of this weight are like card
game.
games usually.
Yeah.
And this is, definitely different.
I think it's definitely good for starter people who've never really played abstract before. Because abstract can seem intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
This one's very simple, so it's a good way to get into it. But not that simple, obviously.
Yeah.
There's another game that's the size of this box. It's called Age of War, and that can take you 45 minutes. Well, maybe 30 minutes on up.
Yeah.
War is hell. It's a good game though.
For that's a great game also, but for this size of box, this is the right amount of time you should be spending on it.
Yeah.
Age of War does not proportion, the same.
Yeah, but I'd say even and player count doesn't really matter in Age of War too much. You could have 2 to 4. It's all about still just rolling the dice and getting those things off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like 2-player could take as long as a 4-player game.
Yeah.
So it's odd that way, but yeah.
So next time you play, what would you possibly do differently?
I don't know. Like, I guess the only thing I would try different next time, if a similar board setup happened the next time, there was a bunch of fish in one area on the left side of the board or top of the screen for anybody watching this, and it's, I don't know, maybe not focus on that. Like, maybe still try to get your piece of it, but then get out of dodge and try to go cut people off, because I mean, me and Jasper got most of the fish on that side of the board, and there was a lot of 3s, but then I kind of ended up cutting myself off, and he got the better end of it, and you won by 6 fish, and because you got those 2 10 fish islands cut off, and if I could have claimed one of those to myself, it would have been tied, I think, but there was no way for me to do that. So, yeah, maybe not focus. It's a big bullseye for everybody, so
Yeah, definitely.
maybe not spend too much time over there.
Like focusing on these 2s and 3s, you're going to get you get like a comparatively more fish per each move, but trying to think more about like, it's a bunch of 1s over here, but if I can cut off and take the whole thing, that's like 6. Like thinking along those lines is something that
Especially
I
if
think
nobody else is going for it.
would help improve my performance in this game, which so far has been low.
And it's very true keeping everybody else away from you, to where they're not trying to block you.
Definitely.
If no one's trying to get over there, then you
said,
for yourself.
You said you played the app. How is the app?
The app is good. I really like it. Real simple. If you play the app, you learn to play the game really well. It's got some real great little animations. Whenever like a penguin's on their last little space that they can be on, the ice floe will start rocking, and then like a jet of water shoots up and knocks it away. It's pretty funny. But yeah, no, it's a good app. Definitely worth.
It was like $1.
Playing, right?
How much is it?
Yeah, pretty cheap. I can't remember exactly. It's been a long time since I purchased it, but it was definitely worth getting.
Right, so now we're trying out Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, an American IPA.
Definitely smell the hops. Does this mean fish have 2 hearts? Is that the implication?
Fish are time lords, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Some lizards. have
Named
two hearts.
after the majestic Two-Hearted River in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Bursting with hop aromas ranging from pine to grapefruit and perfectly balanced. With a malt backbone, this beer is well suited for adventurers everywhere.
I prefer the
Except for
Fish are time
except for
lords.
Canada.
It's the hop aromas.
Blue Notch Cannon does say.
Yes, except
It's like a bomb.
are you from Canada?
Yeah, it's got a nice rocky head to it. Looks thick. Looks
Yeah, it's definitely
It's
more
very hazy.
cloudy
Yeah.
than
Let's
the
say it looks
last
a
one.
little cloudier than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Not as golden, more, I don't know, yellow brown.
Amber.
Yeah, amber. That's, yeah. Words. Good.
use words as
Where she has
I'm learning Spanish and forgetting English.
There you go. It happens.
Yeah.
It's got like a caramel.
Malty. It's that malt backbone.
Yeah. Ooh, that's an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Very hoppy.
Yeah,
I think I like this one a little less than the last one.
Yeah.
The strange thing for me with this one is that while I'm being hit stronger by the hops, it's not lingering anywhere near
I know,
as much as the
Yeah.
previous one.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't. It's got yeah.
That's interesting.
The other one, like the first 1 or 2 seconds, you could still taste it, but this one
Yeah.
it'll come back like 4 or 5 seconds after you take a swig.
I think it's a good, solid IPA. So complexity there, without being too much. A lot of times there's too much alcohol taste, and it's not too bad for that.
Yeah. This one, I don't know. You get the taste of like hay for some reason.
Huh.
Well, pine. Piney?
No, more like it's kind of like alfalfa hay. You you smell it and you just got that.
I'm an inner city boy. I don't know what all this out my head.
This girl I've been talking to is quite a bit of a country girl, and
Yeah.
in conversation with her, I was taught that there's apparently more than one type of hay, and I was like, what? I thought there was just one type of hay. No, but apparently there's like a whole bunch,
There's a
and
whole
like
bunch of
different animals, like different types, and it's
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
And there's a big difference between hay and straw and grass.
Oh,
I totally would have thought hay and straw were the exact same thing until that way I
Different-
said it.
different
My
plants.
goodness.
yeah.
Yep. So what you're telling me is that on the farm they don't grow in the package that I buy?
They don't come rolled like
I don't understand.
We just got the little twist tie on it.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a pretty good one. I feel like I could drink one more of these than I would have been able to of the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of sits like on the top of your tongue,
Yeah, definitely.
like very subtly, and then fades away. As far as mouthfeel, this is definitely it's really well rounded.
Really
very
good. I think so.
fills
Yeah,
every nook. And,
not much on the taste of it, but it does like feel better as far as
Yeah.
beer. Yeah.
It's like that, like higher quality product that I'm not a big fan of type of like reaction.
Yeah.
It's like I can recognize that I feel like these guys have made a better IPA.
yeah.
Still not a big fan of IPAs, but they've definitely made a better IPA.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know enough about various beers to maybe judge them like that, but I don't know, like Lori said, the head was good on this
Mhm.
one, and the color I liked more
Yeah.
on
Sure.
the other beer.
I like fun because it's a heavier. Because I know
Yeah.
that means it's a heavier, better IPA.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah. I guess I'm not looking for that.
Yeah,
As far as just like
exactly.
taste and stuff, so that
Exactly.
makes sense. But, so yeah, just as far as what I would want to drink, it's a little, not much less than the last one, but I'd probably rather be drink the Tropical Torpedo, the Einstein Bomb.
Yeah.
This one is also a slightly higher alcohol per
I was
volume.
wondering what the alcohol in the torpedo was.
I believe, if I remember correctly, the torpedo one was a 6.5 or 6.7,
6.5, yeah.
something like that, and this one's a 7.
So that's pretty good for me. For a 7, it doesn't have a real heavy alcohol taste.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's smooth for a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a 13, come on.
Once you start getting in 8, 9s, and 10s, it's hard to make an IPA taste good.
Yeah.
The core is the other one I've had that's been.
Actually, the warmer it gets, the better I like it.
Yeah. I think. Whereas the other one I felt like, because that's citrusy, the colder, it was better,
Yeah.
a little bit better for it.
All right, so that is the Two-Hearted Ale from Bell's. It's what percent alcohol?
7.
7% alcohol. Overall, I think it was a really full-bodied IPA, better than most. It wasn't perfect. It had still a slightly bitter, lingering aftertaste. I think overall the smell was really. It smelled like hay to me, which wasn't bad. It looked good. It looked really hazy. In the end, I am rating it a 7.8 out of 10.
I went the other direction. It's not much lower than the last one. I went with a 4 out of 10 because it's a little It's a little bit more bitter than the last one for me. I appreciated the citrus smell and the more golden color of the torpedo. And this one's a little too hazy for me. The head was good, and it felt good. Like it, not necessarily the taste, but it went down easy enough. But yeah, it's just too bitter for me, and not my kind of beer. I can't really judge it versus other IPAs or other beers. It's just when I'm scoring it, it's mostly just off what does it look like, how does it taste like, and it's just not my kind of beer. So 4 out of 10.
I go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I'm an 8.8 on this one.
Ooh.
It's a
Nice.
good, solid IPA. Not a ton of complexities. There's not a lot of flavors, but doesn't need it. It's just a straight. It is what it is, and I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, I too went up on my rating, 7.3. I think that the description, good solid IPA, is really encapsulates it. It's, like Michael, I'm not a big fan of IPAs. Got a little more tolerance for it seems than he does, but so I mean it's still not my type of beer, but I recognize the craftsmanship and can respect it.
About to say I can totally, forget the word. I can totally defer to other people when it comes to judging it, whether it's a good IPA and whatnot. And I'm sure it took a lot of skill and craftsmanship for it. It's just for taste, it's not my kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
personal preference.
take that into perspective for my score because it's just not my kind of beer. So
Cool.
In this fast-playing game for the whole family, 2 to 4 players control hungry. That's a word.
what's the next? I'm about to say